go on
Where-
an adventure. The thingamajigger is up and away. Go, 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 go. To the comments section and leave us your comments, thoughts, and ideas on our videos.
don't
So
think
that-
I've ever heard that before. That was,
Yeah, have you never heard that song?
no, and I don't feel like
It's
I've
from the
missed
Cat
much.
in the Hat animated series.
And
Yeah, it's
there
just-
you go.
it's a kid show.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you have any topics, thoughts, things that you would like for us to talk with you about,
Right.
do a video on, leave it down below, and we will get to it as soon as we can. Also, check out other videos on this channel where we have sermons and other classes, and we're in the middle of the Book of Judges, if I've got things straight.
Yeah,
so-
gonna be there for
Go
a long time.
maybe watch those to get some background stuff.
Although we're not in Judges today,
No,
fortunately.
we're not.
I don't think.
No,
No,
we're good.
not Judges.
No.
Ooh. Okay.
Dodge the bullet.
But also
Bullet wearing a
subscribe.
wig.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Get the notifications so you know when a new video comes out. We're trying to do these pretty regularly, like almost every day. But
And I
you know, we do
believe
take a day off every
um,
once in a while. And then some days I like upload the video and set it to public. And then Xander comes behind me and before it goes public, changes it to private so that it doesn't get loaded all the way.
I'm sorry, were you talking?
Yeah.
So one of the other things, if I remember correctly, is just subscribing won't turn on notifications.
No, they're two
So,
separate actions.
Yeah, you have to like subscribe and like hit a bell to
See,
turn
it's
on
like
notifications.
believe and be baptized. They're two separate actions.
Hmm. Both
Okay.
equally important, and must be done in a slightly different order. Ow.
A different order?
Ow. That was weird. My foot just started hurting really badly. Okay. So,
I did not stomp on it. That's not what caused it.
no, it is not. We are back with another topic today, and we're going to be talking about prayer and fasting.
Which is different than prayer and slowing.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
It's also different from prayer and fast fooding.
Yes.
Almost the opposite.
It's nearly the opposite
Uh-huh.
of that. Yes.
So, first verse is going to be from Daniel chapter 9, verse 3. Passing. Then I turned my face to the Lord God, seeking him by prayer and pleas for mercy, with fasting and sackcloth and ashes.
There's quite a list there.
There is
I mean, we've got prayer, we've got
And
pleas for mercy, fasting, sackcloth,
and ashes.
That's
We
a
got-
handful of
It
things.
is a handful. Mm-hmm.
And
See,
you know,
my hand's full.
it's interesting because we wouldn't have. A lot of times we would have included the pleas for mercy in with the prayers. You know, we would have just
Yes.
prayers for mercy.
Yes.
It is interesting that he separates those out. There was seeking him by prayer, and having pleas for mercy.
Yeah, because it's not just, oh God, something terrible's happened. Please be merciful. Help me out here. It's also, yes, that, the pleas for mercy, but a seeking him. It's that I want to grow closer to you, God, through this. I don't just want to get your help and then disappear like people may do. I want to use this to seek you and get closer to you and then stay with you. And so that's an interesting kind of differentiation that he has there.
Yeah, and for a pretty short book, I mean, this Daniel, there's a lot of praying going on in the book.
There
of Daniel.
is, Daniel was a prayerful man.
And it's a big focus of his book, so that's good. But we also see this connection to not only the praying, but the fasting, which I mean I think all know what that actually means.
If
which
you
is
don't know
not
what
eating.
fasting is, it's not eating.
It's
He
not eating.
beat me to it.
Well, sorry,
Rude,
I didn't.
sir.
I didn't know you were going to say that because I
Why
was
you
saying
gotta
it.
be so
But I think
What's
you know-
with the music, honestly?
Too much music in your head.
Yes.
You need to watch more of these videos.
I'm trying to let it out.
Don't just
Don't.
don't let it in.
Don't let it out. Okay.
Don't let it in, and then it can't come out.
Fair.
But he connects the prayer with the fasting,
Fasting.
and he also connects it with sackcloth and ashes.
And ashes. 3 things.
Now, a lot of times, the idea of fasting and sackcloth and ashes, all 3 of these were very closely connected
Yes.
with sorrow for sin
Yes.
and penitence
Mhm.
and
A need for mercy.
a repenting spirit.
And nowadays, I'm young, so I may misread things, but I feel like incredibly often, if people even see it at all, once they see that connection, they're just, whoop, we don't need that. Fasting, oh, we don't need that nowadays.
Yeah.
The sackcloth and ashes is pointless. Why be uncomfortable? Nowadays, if you are going through a hard time, if you've sinned and you're feeling bad for yourself, then you need to put on a comfortable hoodie, grab a pint of Ben and Jerry's, Netflix, and chill. That's what needs to happen. Forget the uncomfortable, itchy sackcloth and putting ashes on your head. No, why would you do that? That's insane.
Or we're even more to the point of, there's no bad things.
Yeah.
You can't do bad things, and so, don't feel bad.
No.
Everything's fine.
You're not allowed to feel bad.
Yeah.
Stop it.
No.
What's that? Just stop it. Write this down.
Just stop it. 3 words. Three little words. No, but that's not the picture the Bible paints, certainly. I think probably some people, because sackcloth and ashes is not mentioned in the New Testament as something that people did. And so I think a lot of people have relegated that particularly to, well, that was an Old Testament thing.
Yeah.
That was a Jewish religious thing.
We don't hear
And
about it
we're
in the
Christians,
New Testament. We don't have to
We're
do
not
it.
Jews, so we don't
It's
have to do that.
uncomfortable anyway.
And it is true that physical discomfort does not solve spiritual problems.
Otherwise, what is it? It's a specific part of, I think it's the Catholic Church, I may be wrong, that actually believe in doing a penance or some such, which is like you can like beat yourself and whip yourself for your sins.
Yeah, there was during the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, whatever. It was kind of a big thing to flail yourself, to punish yourself for sins, which again, physical punishments don't take care of spiritual problems. But
so
because
if that's
of that,
true, fasting is, I think we can all agree,
a physical thing.
physical punishment.
Well, and
you're going without food. You are starving yourself for days on end. So
wait, days? How many days on end?
I mean, some people. 7-day, 3-day fast. You can do fast for days.
Yeah.
So
in the Old Testament, they were only commanded to fast one time for 1 day each year. There was one commanded fast, and it was a 1-day fast.
But we do know that people fasted.
Oh
for longer than
well,
that.
Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, which I'm scared of that. You read about that guy that fasted for like almost a whole year, though.
Yeah, it was over a year actually. This
I thought it
guy,
was like 352 days or something.
yeah, he went without eating for over a year, and the way he was able to do it was he had so much body fat built up that he took a special vitamin, some type of vitamin B, I believe, that would dissolve his body fat so his body could use it as energy. And so he just didn't eat.
Lost a lot of weight that
He
way.
lost over 300 pounds, I think.
Yeah, and
in the course of a year.
Right now, intermittent fasting is kind of a big weight loss thing.
It is coming back.
The intermittent fasting for weight loss. That's not what we're talking about here,
No.
though. This was not a weight loss fad.
No.
This was quite different. But a lot of times, I think people throw the fasting out along with the sackcloth and ashes because that all belongs in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
However, fasting and prayer are connected in the New Testament.
They are. Luke chapter 2, verses 36 and 37. And there was a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years, having lived with her husband 7 years from when she was a virgin, and then as a widow until she was 84 years old. She did not depart from the temple, worshiping with fasting and prayer night and day. So you think she's 84 years old.
Yeah, she's been a widow for a lot of years.
Well, I was thinking that she's 84 years old, and based on the way that this is
still fasting.
going, she's still going without food at times.
Yeah.
Not because she has to, but for the religious, spiritual side of doing that.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Worshiping with fasting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard a teacher or preacher teach or preach that fasting is an act of worship.
Acts of worship. You got your songs, your prayers, your
the Lord's
sermon,
Supper,
Lord's Supper,
and the
giving,
collection. Yeah, giving.
And that's it.
That's it. Those 5. And
You got 5 things.
Wait. What about fasting?
We don't talk about that. No. Leave now, please go.
And there's, it's something that, and people say, well, wait. Well, this is before the cross.
Oh,
so
true.
this must still be Old Testament.
Oh yeah. God's new law isn't applied yet.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's different. So then we don't need to be fasting.
we have Acts 14 verse 23, which reads, "And when they had appointed elders for them in every church." So this is not only after Jesus' death and after the law of the New Testament was in place, but this is after the church has spread out from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Every church. There's more than just one congregation here by
this is
point.
Paul and Barnabas on their missionary journeys.
With prayer and fasting.
Wait, what did you say?
Prayer and oh no, I'm sorry, I said the bad word. Fasting. With prayer and fasting, they committed them to the Lord in whom they had believed.
So it sounds like fasting is still a thing even after Jesus died.
And you want to think about when it's used here. This is a very important, significant occasion. They're establishing the elders over a church. These are to be godly, spiritual leaders to guide the church on its path towards God. And that's when they say, fasting and prayer. Yeah, this is when we need it.
We're going to pray about it, but not just pray.
Yes.
We're going to fast about with this, in connection with this as well.
Now, if you've been sticking with this series for a while, you know how strongly we talk about the power of prayer and the amazing things that it can do.
Yeah.
And so if at a significant occasion like this, they basically say, prayer by itself isn't enough.
Yeah, gotta have more.
You want to think about how powerful this fasting must be.
And it's like a compounding effect with the prayer, it seems to be. And Jesus also, when they were having trouble, the disciples were having trouble casting out a demon.
How do we cast out these demons?
And Jesus' answer was, this kind only goes out by prayer and fasting. And they hadn't been doing the prayer and fasting.
And so all throughout the New Testament, and even at several spots in the Old Testament, it is pretty bluntly stated, fasting makes prayer. And if you look at the section in Luke with Anna, maybe even worship, more powerful, more meaningful, more acceptable to God. That's not quite the word I'm looking for.
Well, I think more influential with God, maybe.
Yes,
on at least
perhaps.
The prayer side. It makes the prayers more meaningful and more powerful, for sure.
Because when you do that, you're basically saying, God, this is my physical side of me. It doesn't matter.
I want to focus on the
I'm going to focus on something that is more important. And you think about, especially in today's culture, how much we love food. I mean, I'm a skinny guy, but I love food.
Yeah, he's been eating all day.
Yes, I have. I'll just go. Somebody gave us some pizza, and I'll just go in there and just grab.
I woke up this morning. Xander, sorry, I'm eating. We need to film these videos. I'm eating.
Yep.
Wait, oh, okay, we're gonna take a break from filming a video. I'm eating. I gotta go get a piece of pizza. I gotta go get, you know.
I've had maybe 6 slices today alone.
And there may not be enough for the girls to have pizza tonight for supper.
There's still quite a good bit in there. And that's not considering I've had others.
Did you also have some of the gravy soup?
No.
Oh,
not yet.
On you.
I'm planning on having
that
some.
left. Yeah,
and so that's just our culture is, eat, it's fine,
And not just the food, but with
Mhm.
everything. We don't fast from anything.
No.
I mean, Paul also talks to married couples about sexual fasting, where they deny that physical activity to themselves for a time. We don't deny ourselves anything physically in our society, and we need to change that. We need to mourn that. The times that when there's a big decision that needs to be made, when there's a spiritual depth that needs to be grown, and then we also see Jesus telling that they were like, "Oh, your disciples aren't fasting." He said, "They will fast after I'm gone."
Yes.
In other words, when they're mourning. So there are times for fasting, times of mourning, times of big decision making, times of needing to draw closer to God spiritually and denying the flesh. Paul said, "I buffet my body daily to keep it in subjection." That didn't mean he fasted every day, but what it did mean is he didn't allow the flesh to control his life. The Spirit controls his life. And that's a big challenge to us all.
It really is.
And again, now, I'm going to say, yes, there is this idea, well, fasting for weight loss. That's not the point. So fasting hasn't made me skinny. Doesn't make me skinny. But in fact, some fasting may actually cause your body to go into starvation mode, and you stop burning calories.
Yeah.
It may actually do the opposite sometimes.
With this video, we're just talking about the connections between fasting and prayer.
The spiritual side of things.
Don't take this little 17-minute video and be like, okay, I know about fasting. They said it's good for you, so I'm going to go out and do that now. Because not eating for a period of time, there's
problems,
issues with that.
And there's ways to do that. And so that's something but it is something that needs to be considered, and we can't just ignore it and throw it out the window and say, that was Old Testament stuff. It's not.
Yes.
New Testament as well. And the connection between prayer and fasting is a powerful one. And certainly these aren't the only times in the Bible that prayer and fasting are connected, but this is some of the key points that we wanted to bring out. So, thinking about your prayer, and if you want to try fasting with it, consider how you could do that. In fact, what Paul says about the married couple is, they should only be separate if they want to devote themselves to prayer and fasting, to prayer. That's the whole point, is to stop these activities that are physical so that you can focus on the spiritual. And we don't stop for anything.
Nope.
I mean, we can't get people take a day off of work or whatever, much less to take a day to just actually stop and not eat and pray and focus on God for a whole day. And this kind of we talked about meditation in another lesson, and meditate on God and feast on His Word. That's what Jesus said after he'd been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. You think about that. 40 days and 40 nights. He hadn't had anything to eat. The devil comes to him and says, "Hey, turn these stones into bread."
And he still has the strength to say no.
Well, not just no, but man doesn't live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out of the mouth of God.
Yep.
So meditate on His Word. Feast on it. Feed your soul instead of just feeding your stomach. And let the stomach go hungry for a little while. It won't kill it. It won't be the end of it.
No, it really won't.
But there's, like I said, there's, like Xander said, there's a lot to how you do it.
Yes.
You need to research that a little deeper, look into that a little more deeply, and consider what you're doing before you do it. And there are obviously diabetic and
Blood pressure
hypoglycemia and blood.
problems,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's there are issues that you have to consider in that process as well. But you can consider those things and figure out what to do.
This one has been a little bit long. We've been working on
Yeah.
cutting them down, but
Yeah, we were
fasting
doing
is an
pretty good on some of
especially
those.
large topic. So we hope that you've stayed here for this one because
Hope so.
despite what a lot of people think, it is still important today.
Yeah, and
I
it's an
believe.
important part. It's an important part of your worship to God, even.
Yes.
But it may not be something we necessarily do at church
No.
but it is.
There's
something
more to worship than just what happens on Sundays.
for 1 hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely important.
So, we hope that you will be back tomorrow for some more Judges. That will be done
More
by
prayers from the Book of Judges.
roughly
Yay.
the end of the month, and we will see you all then.
Bye.
Adios.